Welcome to Germany. Welcome to the World Rally Championship for the first totally tarmac round of the season. Rally Deutschland is treacherous and takes no prisoners. 2011 will be no different. Southwest of the capital Berlin, ADAC Rally Deutschland is based in the Roman-built city of Trier. Days 1 and 3 are run in the vineyards of the Mosel region. Day 2 has the notorious arena Panzerplatte. The final power stage will be run through the streets of Trier. Buertelfell is our stage of the day here on day 1. Part farm track, part vineyard lanes and part open race circuit. This is the ultimate Deutschland test. One wrong pace note, a moment's hesitation, and it's an early chance to sample this year's Riesling grapes. Our featured driver here is Chris Meek. It's his and Mini's first tarmac event, and we'll follow his progress throughout the weekend. It promises to be an enthralling rally, and we'll bring you the best of the action as this new generation of WRC cars tackles tarmac for the first time. Rally Deutschland is a unique tarmac event. Surfaces constantly change, and as a result, judging grip levels becomes a key factor in the fight for victory.
Through one stage, it changes a lot of what type of tarmac you drive on, and the surface changes a lot in many places. In the forest, you know, open fields, big cuts, grass coming on the road, sand is coming on the road, and then you're coming into a military area where it's concrete, broken tarmac. You have absolutely everything, and you have to be careful with the side of the corners because there's a lot of bad rocks and some Hinkelstein around, so you have to be quite perfectionist with your driving style.
Yes, he said Hinkelsteins. A menacing presence that lurk at the side of the Panzerplatte stage, run on day 2.
The only thing I know is if you hit this, you have a big crash.
They're hard. They're not going to move if you hit it, so stay out of it.
I don't know anything about them, and I don't want to find out. I've never touched one, and I don't want to touch one.
Hinkelstein are not on the road, they are on the side, so if you stay on the road, there's no problem.
Rally Deutschland 2011 is a double first in that it's the first tarmac event of the year. As such, it's also the first sealed surface challenge for this new generation of WRC cars. They ride lower and look more aggressive, but what remains to be seen is how they'll perform on this surface. This event has been run 8 times and there's only ever been one winner, Sebastian Loeb. He is the master in assessing when the grip has changed, when to push and when not to. Headline news announced the day before the rally is that Loeb has signed a new 2-year contract with Citroën after speculation had been rife that he was on the verge of leaving.
It was not an easy decision. I had to think about different opportunities, different challenges, and finally, when I take all the elements and all the information, I think the right decision was to stay with Citroën.
Our featured driver this weekend, Chris Meek, won here as a junior in 2006. This weekend could prove to be the most challenging of his career to date as he tackles the German tarmac in a WRC car for the first time.
I'm very confident in the car. From my feelings and my experience, I think the chassis is very, very good. It's very well balanced. Gives you a lot of confidence. But say this rally is quite unique in terms of a tarmac rally. We've also broken concrete. It can get very slippery and muddy if it's wet, and and power is a big thing in this rally because we have so many junctions. So yeah, it remains to be seen where we are, but I think fundamentally we have a very, very good tarmac car.
The rally got underway under the looming presence of Trier's Porta Nigra on Thursday evening, one of a number of spectacular Roman structures still standing in the oldest city in Germany. The gladiators of the WRC were led away by the Deutschland master, Sebastian Loeb, in front of a packed-out city centre. And Loeb will lead the crews away on the opening stage. He holds a 27-point lead over his closest championship rival, Mikko Hirvonen. The Finn has Sebastian Ogier just 4 points back. Fourth on the road is Jari-Matti Latvala, while Petter Solberg is the only man other than Loeb to win a tarmac rally still competing. Osberg has little experience on asphalt in a WRC car. He starts just ahead of M Sport's Stobart teammate Matt Wilson. Former F1 champ Kimi Raikkonen will hope to make an impression on tarmac, and it's a big weekend ahead for the Mini drivers and the returning Ken Block. A loop of 3 stages is repeated once on this opening day. 133 challenging kilometres ahead, and the first test is one of the toughest of them all. We begin with our stage of the day. Hirvonen runs for 24 kilometres and sums up this challenging event as it switches through highways, narrow side roads and rough concrete tracks between vineyards. The championship leader is down on the start line. Loeb's DS3 looking aggressive in its road-hugging tarmac spec, and the first asphalt challenge for the new breed of WRC car is underway. The suspension has been lowered and stiffened for optimum grip, and in these smaller, more responsive cars, they should be perfectly suited to these technical roads. Interestingly, Loeb's using a mixture of hard and soft compound tyres. Citroën must be expecting rain this morning. Hirvonen is next in. Ford have been bullish about their hopes for the Fiesta on tarmac, so it's time for the talking to stop, and their drivers now need to make their mark on the stages. In terms of the Finns' championship hopes, a good result in Germany is essential. The Fords all using hard compound tyres, so they'll hope it stays dry. Sebastian Ogier has already proven he can beat his illustrious teammate on gravel. So far, though, he's been unable to match Loeb on tarmac. Sebastian also using a mixture of soft and hard compound tyres, so the Citroën guys playing it safe this morning. They might lose out a bit on these dry roads, but if it rains, they could be in a very strong position. Like his teammate, Jari-Matti Latvala has opted for hard compound tyres, and they're certainly the correct choice for this bone-dry opening stage. He's been working really hard on his tarmac technique over the years, and it's beginning to bear fruit. Jari is flying through Hirvonen. Up ahead, though, Loeb is also on the attack. Different tyre tactics then on this opening morning. Let's find out how that's affecting the times using our WRC stage simulator. If the cars had started the stage at the same time, just after 90 kilometres, it's Ogier and Latvala leading. They are locked together, and Ford will be delighted to see this tarmac pace. Hirvonen and Loeb with some work to do over the final 5 kilometres. Well, we're used to seeing Loeb dominate this event. The opening stage is cleared, but that's probably not the start the world champion was hoping for.
Obviously, road position's not an issue this weekend. Is everything good?
Yeah, we'll see with the weather now. I think we chose the tyre in case it's raining in the next stages, so it was not the best choice for this one. We'll see after.
Well, the tyre gamble not paying off at the moment for Citroën then. Ogier, though, has fared a bit better than his teammate in this dry stage so far. Oh, but he very nearly came unstuck there. Sebastian off the road briefly. He did well to recover that slide as he bounced off the fence, but that will cost him a couple of seconds in lost momentum. How is he going to compare to Loeb? Well, he's still quicker, but that could have been even better were it not for that off-road excursion. Ogier quickly out to assess the damage at the stop control. It appears to be mainly cosmetic, although his car door is jammed, having to get co-driver Julien Ingrassia to open it for him. Well, we saw from that earlier split time that Jari-Matti Latvala is making an impressive getaway in Germany. With Ogier making that late error, can the Finn take advantage? Yes, what a start for Latvala. A second and a half up on Ogier. And that's the first time a Ford has won a stage in Germany for 3 years. An intriguing start to Rally Deutschland then, and As a former Formula One champion, Kimi Raikkonen's tarmac performances are always watched with interest. As ever, tackling these tricky German roads, a very different prospect to racing around a Grand Prix circuit. After a small mistake, Kimi is 9th fastest through stage 1. Germany also marks the first tarmac challenge for Mini. Having finished second here 3 times in his Citroën days, much is expected of Danny Sordo this weekend. The Spaniard sets a solid 6th best time in our stage of the day. Sordo's teammate Chris Meek may have won here in the junior category, but driving a 4-wheel drive World Rally car is a very different prospect. Our featured driver will take his time to learn the limits of his John Cooper Works machine. He's just 2.3 seconds off his teammate's effort, so an impressive start from the Northern Irishman too. Well, it's certainly been an eventful start, and few would have predicted that Latvala would lead the way after stage 1. There is less than 2.5 seconds between the top 4 at this early stage, though, with Petter Solberg in 5th, just ahead of the 2 Works Minis. Ford with the upper hand in Germany for once then, but can they stay there? Join us again after the break when Rally Deutschland starts to bite. Welcome back to Germany. Ford's Jari-Matti Latvala has made the best start to this challenging event, but there are ominous-looking clouds building overhead. This could be bad news for the rally leader. And it could be very good news for this man. Sebastian Loeb has now opted for full soft tyres, and if it does start to rain, this could play right into the hands of the Citroëns.
Sur 130 plus court, pas corde. 50 mètres, gauche 130 plus court.
This is Mikko Hirvonen's 100th event driving for Ford, and it has been a strong start to the stage. Mikko was 0.2 of a second quicker than Loeb through the first split time after just over a kilometre, but it has now started to rain. And this is really bad news for the Fords. You can already see how damp the surface is getting in here on hard compound tyres. He just won't be able to get any heat into the rubber. Like his teammate Loeb, Ogier is also running on soft rubber, and with that rain up ahead, he could be in a good position here. You can see how good with the WRC